Okay, all set up like regular. Hopefully that's going okay. Uh, it's been like a week since I fired it up. Okay. I should check if I have the right thing in the description, right? Yeah, it's probably right. Okay, don't be viewing your own thing. Something started making a sound very quickly. Okay, I'm gonna put this link over here. Let's see if we can do that. And there it is, all set up. Oh, and it started recording again. I keep talking about fixing the hotkeys on OBS Studio, but it just doesn't. Okay, so what I'm wanting to do is start to draw. Okay, I got all my settings on there correctly. Yeah, I want to be just okay, I've still got this rotating weirdly. Leviathan, hi. How's the past entire week been? I was all traveling, and then I also got like quiet in the Discord because when I came back from traveling I was all tired and stuff. That's hey cutie dreams. I made a few memes in the memes channel. Okay, let's see if I can see memes indeed. Wow, I still have my audio high up. How's that gonna sound? Slightly echoey. I have a music going. The week has been below average in quality. Whoa. What the heck's happening? Do you need to take revenge on someone? Okay, now I've made this all echoey or something like that. Okay. So let's see a meme. Let's see a meme up in here. Okay, I thought I had seen the other ones. Okay, and we got the daily meme, which was e-girl aggressively whispers how to commit tax fraud in your ears ASMR. I really think ASMR should be funny, you know? I mean, that's because I'm somebody who's not into it. If somebody whispers in my ear, I hit them because it's very uncomfortable. So ASMR is not for me. But if they're gonna tell me how to commit tax fraud as an anime girl, or any girl, who can resist this? Hey, hi, we're back. We're set up. I'm shaking off tired travelingness and being in here. You have to take revenge on a lot of people because of the unbearable weight of existence. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I got a new desk because my school semester is starting today. I had to build a desk that is also an easel yesterday, and so the setup is new. Let's look at these. Me when I'm going to Brazil. Why did that become a meme? Brazil is beautiful, right? It's so full on 2 seconds. Remember that moth that landed on my forehead? It was killed. That's the classic start of a revenge arc, I think. Killed by somebody, something, or natural causes. Well, now I want to draw like a moth-themed character today. Okay, there's a cool framing going on. I wasn't sure about the framing. I know a lot of people have the back of their room as a background on YouTube and stuff, and me, I'm like, I fully had to get rid of a trash bag that I just had stored there because that's a good place to keep a trash bag, but I don't know, it's not completely cleaned up back there, but I thought that was a bit much. Let's see, second meme.
Luce, you've been so obsessed with Minecraft. Luce, pay attention. This information could save your life someday.
Yeah. it's so neat how they had Luz keeping her phone for like most of season 1, right? It's not something you usually see in a fantasy kind of setting. The window light is going good. Okay, because I've been next to a window this whole time, but the it really depends. It really depends on how you set it up. I'm glad it's going good in this setup because I've changed it and stuff, and now I've got to figure out what to put in the background. I have a bunch of spare art supplies. Actually, I have a okay, here we are in the group draw, and I put the okay, it's rotating. I think I put the link in the description. Hopefully that's saved. But I have a bunch of very large pieces of paper, and so I can make my own posters. I want to do that sometime. Maybe not right now because I want to do a little planning. But I'm like, what kind of image do I want a really big poster of? Because for an art class like a couple years ago now, I got the big... Is that visible? I got the big paper. Yeah, it's a little visible. Big paper. How visible is my big... Yeah, it's a paper the size of, I don't know, the size of a small door. That doesn't convey size. The size of a little tabletop, that also doesn't convey size. But I can make my own posters. And when I first stumbled upon these streams, I was not expecting to need them this much. I'm dependent. Well, then I hope that I can keep them up because I don't know. I miss streaming after a week too. I wanted to do a bonus stream yesterday, honestly, just to get back into it, but I collapsed from the tired. This time I won't collapse from the tired. Hey, boyo. Oh yeah, I've got a haircut in here. Haircut that I wanted for years, but the hairdresser was scared to cut my hair too short, so what you gotta do is you gotta make yourself bald one time, and then they'll see you even though you're looking girl-like and cut the hair short. That's the trick. That was several words in a row. And Oh wow, I shook the piece of paper to show the size of the piece of paper. It was legitimately dusty. Why was I not expecting that? Okay. So now I've got to figure out what exactly, because I still have several blank pieces of paper just lying around, so I can make a really big image. I gotta figure out what it is. A friend just asked me how I want to die, and I just said stab. The stab. We're gonna go for a classic the stab. The looking girl is the best way to say that presenting I've ever heard. I'm sure there can be many ways to say such a thing. Okay, what do I want to draw today? Moths are on the mind. I don't know if I can avenge a moth I have never known, but I can do a little drawing inspired by a moth. Specifically Marcy Stab style, just all at once. Well, aren't you afraid that you'll come back as something otherworldly, something very strong, perhaps? Okay, zooming in, zooming out. Yeah, I didn't get any frames or anything ready for this one today. I mean, I guess if I really wanted to, I could go drawing something. Hey, the brewer. Hey, how are you? It's been a cough, and it's been a whole week now, and yeah, I'm figuring out how to style this new haircut I got. I thought that I would be able to just stick up a new haircut at every opportunity, 'cause that's how I pictured it in my head. or on my head, because it's a haircut. I really thought that I would be able to do whatever, but I don't know, it's fighting me, and I have to learn hairstyling. Okay, drawing some various cracks and lines and things. Okay, well, that just looks like mountains. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. I mean, the idea here is that I like drawing inside, like, various lines, but okay, even though I think about them a lot, I don't really draw shattered things, even though I think they are a good way to frame something, and like a un-Bluetooth sleep paralysis. What is it? Okay, so in the past week you try new things, trying to smoke or grill, great for veg and meat. I, from some corner of the internet, I saw that somebody had put cream cheese in a smoking machine. So they smoked the cream cheese, and then it was a smoky cooked cream cheese. And I've never tried that, but I've tried both things that are in that. I've had a food that is smoked, and then okay, I'm doubting myself with these line things. I don't know, we can just have this kind of thing. Could just have whatever's going on in here. Yeah. Hey. Hey, cartoon lover. Yeah, I stopped for the last week. Went off traveling to California and I'll scoot it in. Okay. I had never seen Universal Studios before. So I got to see it. My family wanted to go in, see that this time. Okay, I've drawn some big old lines at the bottom of this screen. Hopefully that's, I don't know, gonna go okay. Okay. I'm picturing something kind of specific for this, for this. Wait, do I have this extended all weirdly? Scoot, scoot, scoot. But hello to you, cartoon lover. And yeah, been a week indeed, and I'm adjusting this thing, and okay, yeah, I'm trying to design a character based on a moth, I think. Okay, readjust it again. There we go. No, please. It's auto done something, please. I love having a little technical difficulty. I love when the computer hates me. He moved to a new city and had a bit of existential crisis during this week. How about y'all? Whoa, that's big life changes, huh? A new environment, new everything. And we've got some ominousness. Yeah, the closest thing I've got to a new environment is just the traveling, and I set up a new desk in here. But well, how you getting through the existential crisis? May I offer you a group drawing in these trying times? I don't know. It's a it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Okay. Well, what was the ominousness? The ominousness. Like a nightmares, like a stab, like a cannon stab. That's the cool thing about a fictional stab is that you might come back more awesome. You might come back with powers or something. A real stab, well, it might just hurt or something. I'm not much into that. Not much into the real stab. Funny joke, hey Fresh, how about this one? Proceeds to recite the date and time of my demise. Yeah! You gotta wonder. If that's kind of like an interesting habit, potentially an interesting habit to form. Because if you tell enough people when they're going to die, then eventually you'll be right about one of them. And what's a prophecy except for being right about something one time? Wow. Okay. I went to a comic book store on my travels, and I'm always reading basically exactly the same Korean and Japanese romance comics, romance fantasy comics. They'll be like, hello, here I am. I've entered the fictional story, and I have to live that way now, with challenges and and glamour, glamorous challenges. And so I'm always reading these identical things because there's so many of them, and that's the main thing. Am I seriously losing my voice again? That's the main thing that I ask from stories, I think. The main thing that I ask from stories is that I totally forget all of my troubles and where I am, and an endless story is the best way to do that. And the flag of Japan is just a pie chart on how much Japan is Japan. That's so true. That's it's a good flag to see as a pie chart. Why did that sentence come out of my head? Only if you're comfortable answering, but what are you studying? Yeah, that should be a regular question to answer, right? Like, what am I studying? Regular question to answer. I'm just going through the basics, though. I'm not sure how quickly I'm supposed to decide on a degree, but I wish someone had told me to decide on a degree when I was about 16. Yeah, 16 is the right time to look up what kind of, people you look up to, and then figure out what degree that they have, and then get theirs if you have to go to college. I guess that's how it feels for me. It's like I do I don't know about another life path. I have to go to college, but I'm not even sure what it is. And thanks. I like my hair too. I almost missed Decipher, hi in there. And I auditioned for a school sports competition for Friday. It's a long ass run. Why are you going to the long ass run? I mean, it's better than not being able to run. I don't know. Like, okay, it's a competition, so you'll have to be next to other people. That's that's the worst part of it. But I mean, the basic principle of running, which is that you're going fast, that's very, very agreeable, I think. Yeah, just enjoying the feeling of going fast. That's one way to show up to a competition and just have fun. But hello, a proper hello to Decipher, and thank you for hair compliment. Okay, what's pop quiz? What's the right way to respond to a compliment? And we're saying hi to Achims. Yep. you can draw unlimited mungus. Of course, I'm trying to draw little poses myself and figure out what's going on here. But yeah, I totally get it. I'm almost 22 and I haven't gone to college yet. Life isn't on a timetable. It's okay to take time to feel it out, right? It's kind of frustrating though, because I have a sense of certainty about things that I absolutely want to do, like whether or not I get a degree about them. There are certain things that I absolutely want to do. I want to complete a story in some capacity, whether that's a book or otherwise. And I've studied, like informally, I've studied what it takes to create a story for so long that I just want to get that done. And we've got an Among Us and an Anungus in the chat as well. It's good to have. Wait, did something very small appear? How small can that possibly be? Do not bring the first letter of the alphabet into this. True. My take on it: if you feel college is necessary, go for it. But one can always form their own education or career, so do what you want, right? I guess a large part of it. I wasn't expecting the tiniest mungus that. Whoa, okay, I didn't mean to zoom all the way out. I wasn't expecting the tiniest mungus we could possibly mung. Please, why is it rotating? Okay. No way. An even tinier mungus on the head of the first one. How beautiful. But yeah, going to college is a big part of that is making my parents not afraid for my future, which that's slightly that's slightly troubling, because I mean, in order for them not to be afraid, I have to decide on things, and the things that I've decided on don't need a degree, but also in order for them not to be afraid, I need a degree. It's I'll tie myself into knots thinking about this. I love that there's an Among Us letter, but it's actually a letter of an alphabet. If you ever post story scraps, I'll be there. Thanks for the support. I'm honestly, every time I even try to be casual about creating a story, I actually get kind of terrified. Just kind of terrified with that stuff. Okay, I'm drawing from a reference image. I took so many random photos without people posing for them on vacation, so I've got all my family members up in here, and so I actually have the rare reference picture of somebody walking. It's a bit hard to find reference pictures of somebody walking, but easy to get them. And I took a 3-year tech diploma, worked on graphics with a low skill barrier for 4 years, then jumped into working in programming. Okay, wait, was that like simultaneous or like 7 years? The working in programming, losing that job, now I'm upskilling to get a better job, low on funds, the multi-track drifting over there. As we discuss very serious life things and also draw the mungus. Okay, what kind of circles am I drawing? Yeah, I think just this kind of, okay, I think maybe this kind of, okay, I think this kind of circle is something that I'm drawing. I really do. It's, I think I spend perhaps just a little bit too much time studying all of these little constructions and stuff. In conclusion, life is insane, right? Every time I try to look up advice about how do you have a life path, how do you take a life path, people tell stories about, oh yeah, I expected to have a single job and everything. I expected my degree to lead right into my job, but instead I have more than one degree and more than one job, and I'm not in the place where I expected, and it seems like life can go off the rails even if you try to plan. We got an Among Us circle. That's a very tiny stack. Why do I start drawing tiny? I can start drawing bigger sometimes. And I got a colorful resume, and me and my friend group hates Amphibia. There's an imposter among us. That's me. Wait, so your friend group hates Amphibia, but you, being an imposter, love Amphibia? What's discording around, I wonder? Oh, I almost missed saying hi to Froggy3. Hi, Froggy3. Highs, and I fully missed saying bye to Cartoon Lover. Well, a late goodbye. A late goodbye in spirit. As we behold an excellent stack of little munguses. They're just munging around. Okay, so I'm looking at, wow, this picture of somebody walking, of my little brother walking. It turned out very blurry, but due to the shadows and stuff, I feel like I can still make out the make out the voice column. No, make out the planes of the face. Okay, do I want to bump that out more? Okay, the lag was not necessarily from my computer. It was from it was from the sudden appearance of the Red Sea. I should remember to also zoom out every now and then, but I don't know. I'm getting in the zone. The age of 20s is a time to take risks and explore, and I'm taking advantage of my young age to mess up until something works out. That's it's like stories from my grandparents, I guess. I guess they also had big old phases of life where they worked things out and figured out how it all worked, and I guess I mostly had the stories of hello the red. Can we get rid of the red? I didn't do it right. Who's redding it up? To undo Cutie Dreams. Cutie Dreams, what? Cutie, no. Wait, since you lost connection and have connection again, does that, okay, I'll just take that down. I'll just take that down. I don't know how to undo another person's layer. My apologies. And what's sounding off in here? Okay, it's a totally different thing. Maybe I should just mute that for now. Definitely mute that for now. Okay, so we're just drawing tiny little things. That's honestly kind of making me want to draw a larger mungus. And I chose a course back in college and didn't like it, but since the people I'm with are fun, I stayed. After I graduated, I dropped a bomb on my mom saying I don't want to pursue it for work. It was a chaotic day. Whoa. That feels like it could be more than a chaotic day, like you're recovering from that for a week or something. I don't know, I guess it depends on how people take the news. Whoa. Going through something, finishing it, getting a degree, deciding not to pursue it for work. I think the people who are just a little bit older than me, but in the same age range, have I got a bye to Froggy3? Okay, a goodbye and good food wishes to you, to Froggy3, and hoping that I pick something you enjoyed. Okay, so alright, so Cutie Dreams with the layer. Okay, I guess I don't know how to fix it, but so I hope it's okay if I delete the layer that is red. I made it really transparent for now because I wasn't sure if it was too soon to delete it. Okay, so let's try to draw the planes of the face. Need to avenge that moth. What would be a fitting way to make someone pay for my little friend's pain and suffering? Okay, so how much is it a human that you must take revenge on? How much human suffering is equivalent to one moth death? Now this is very, very strange to consider. Very strange to consider indeed. Am I remembering the planes of the face? I wonder. Because I for a study, it's one of the few actual art studies that I've done. I studied the planes of the face just a little bit. Okay, so this one's over here. I've definitely already tilted it a bit incorrectly. Okay, we've got this nose projecting out here. Oh, looseness at a 4. Gotta go now. All right. Thank you for stopping by. And and the message was, sorry, I haven't been here for a while. I mean, I also haven't been here for a week. I've been doing very legal things that don't include chasing people with knives. It sounds like you're recreating the clown scare of... Why does my mind go there? Okay, there are ways to chase people with knives that don't make you personally look like a clown, so it's offensive of me to assume that you are creating the clown scare of 2016. What is the rest of that message? I've been pretty busy lately. I might not be here as often. All right, I appreciate the very quick saying hi, because it's nice just to see ya. I hope I'll be able to keep these up as well, because school is literally starting today. And why not become a lawyer / doctor / engineer? Yeah, it's even though I haven't shown like a lot of aptitude for doctoring, like every now and again that stuff comes up, and my mom is like, hey, you could be a doctor. Maybe you could be a doctor. You ever think about it? And I'm like, what if I was a coward instead? I could be a doctor, but consider what if I were a coward? Of course, the opposite of a doctor is not necessarily a coward. Not necessarily at all. However, I don't want to see the bloods and stuff. I don't want to see the bloods. And we got... Whoa. Please make some more behind people in chat who mysteriously disappear. It'll make everything so much more dramatic. Some more behind? Is that what people do squats for, as an exercise to get more behind? Okay, the guy squished my little friend. Exterminated them with their heel. That moth was on the floor on its last leg, as a moth is going to be, and somebody stepped on him. I've seen bees on the ground. A bee is not a moth, of course. I've seen bees on the ground, however, and that's just cruel. Okay, and this is actually a little bit more like this. Trying to draw from reference, but also really drawing from existing knowledge and between moth death. Okay, as we formulate a revenge and photographer career, what's the revenge for moth death and being squished on a heel? Probably haunting somebody with several shoes, right? Okay, this sounds a little bit involved already. This sounds just a little bit involved. I don't know. That's shoe or heel related revenge time, I think. Okay, what does that mean? I don't know, haunt somebody with a creepy looking shoe appearing when they least expect it and make sure that they never see you placing it. Okay. I'm fully just constructing and reconstructing this several times in a row, and architecture is somewhat similar to arts, and my degree was still in use, applying for art jobs, and I think originally my dad thought about becoming an architect. It's like got to do with some math and stuff, huh? Just some math in there. And I've taken, I don't know, when I was like a little baby child, I took a junior architecture class. Okay, how much of this am I drawing? I don't know. And you've got to draw a chin as well as you go through these things. And the chin, it is pretty funny, like half remembering a bit of a breakdown of a face but I'm having fun doing it, and that's what matters. That's what matters right here, right now. Having fun with this business. As we get into a mouth shape, there we go. Looks like you're sticking your tongue out, and you took a leap through a box, super weird, to a swamp where frogs talk. Are you singing? You doing singing? And did I miss saying hi to Noah Schultz? Hello, Noah. Hello, Noah. And and listening to traditional old people and the proper revenge for someone squishing a moth is hydraulic press related revenge. There are several criminal and non-criminal ways to do this. The non-criminal revenge involving a hydraulic press would be to do that experiment with them where you get a rubber hand that looks like their hand, and then you put it on the other side of a screen where they can see it, and then where they can feel it, you like put like a feather on their hand or something. And then eventually, if you synchronize them, if you synchronize like putting a feather on the real hand and putting a feather on the rubber hand, then they're going to flinch when you stab the rubber hand with a fork. That's psychological. And so if you could do that without somebody noticing, then this is a very complicated revenge, and you could hydraulic press their hand without even committing any crimes. It's the perfect crime. The perfect crime indeed. Oh, I've actually been here the last 20 minutes and just didn't say anything till now. Well, hi. hello for 20 minutes. And did I miss much? Architecture seems like hell. The students look like zombies. I've seen like, it's like, on the one hand, they make like really beautiful things and have all of this knowledge and stuff and its practical applications. And haven't you ever thought about making your own house? Like, if you've ever thought about making your own house, then architecture is going to appeal to that desire like a little bit. It's going to appeal to that just a little. And so there's that, but also the technicalities. You survive calculus. Oh, that's, I'm going for a class that goes like with extra math, like a math tutor. I am full on, like, I think I am behind in math. And the fact that I started that sentence with I think is gonna be worrisome. That's gonna bode poorly. Okay, so now, right now, I've tried to break down a face. I've tried to say, here's a face, and here's what it looks like on the sides and stuff. I'm always trying for 3/4 angles. I should honestly, I've been practicing that so very much. I should take it back to something else. And the getting the entire Amphibia theme song in here. Nice. Okay. That is making me want to watch Amphibia a little. I mean, okay, all of the crossover with the Owl House should properly do that already, but after seeing like a lot of crossover, it got like a little bit intimidating for a while there. But I don't know. It could be a chill time. You got calculus was fun. I honestly tried hard on it. Now I don't remember a goddamn thing. Oh dear. I don't think I've approached calculus yet. I'll just push them into a trash compactor. The moth was more important to me than many people are. Oh my goodness. The trash compactors. That could potentially be a perfect crime as well. Maybe they just got in there. Maybe you can convince them to post on their social media like for a week before the crime. I love trash compactors. I can't wait to see inside one. And then it doesn't look like you did it. But you still done doed it. And hey, hi Kai. I'm like behind in the chat. Is that a hi and a bye or a hi? I'm okay, not that far behind, but hello to you. Hello to you. Here we are in a little group drawing, and I'm breaking down a face, and I think I've been here for almost 40 minutes. And I haven't zoomed out for a bit. Oh, right. Yeah, it's partially because this gets so twisty. Zooming in and out. Oh, okay, the drawing in the corner, it's of Us. I think it's a type. What? Absolutely powerful, pure black and white drawing. Hi. It took me a minute to... I honestly thought that somebody pasted that in here. Because I only saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, what's this medallion of muscular mungus? Whoa. Oh my gosh. And architecture is one of the most stressful courses you can take. I know those people don't sleep, right? And then, like, because I'm like behind in from where I think I should be, every now and then I'm like, maybe missing out on sleep will fix me. Maybe that's the only thing stopping me from being fixed. A single all-nighter, and then I'll turn into the productive person. It's rotating some more, but we got a second muscular mungus. And I've seen so many Gwen Stacy's now in your style, Hegpie, that I think I might occasionally hallucinate them even when they're not here. got the poses though. Got the poses out here. How marvelous. As I zoom back in and see what can possibly be done here. Okay. The closest crossover we got was in that Chibi short. Yeah. It's like the fandom made so many, I don't know, so like the people in both fandoms were crossing over their content all over the place to begin with, but it's kind of neat that they got to be in a short together. Oh, it's in your top 10 Western cartoon shows? Whoa! Oh my gosh. And Anongus, indeed. Right over in the corner. I had no idea that was not just something pasted in there until I properly looked. Okay, have fun being productive. I'll probably turn nocturnal soon. Right, thank you for stopping by. It's good to see you. Good to see you again. I know like we're technically in the we're like in a Discord server. I'm seeing the memes. I'm appreciating the memes. But it's different from a hangout in which I like have actual focus. I had more of the little story I started telling in there too. I had more of that, but I don't know, just had to collapse dead over the weekend after traveling. That's just what you got to do over a weekend sometimes. You gotta collapse super dead. As we contemplate Gwens and things, and I haven't seen like a thumbnail drawing yet, so I guess it's hard to figure out where a profile picture will appear in these tiny previews down here. But seeing the bald moose kind of makes me want to draw little legs for it. For that profile picture. I guess, okay, how many people have a profile picture that could have legs? I don't know, it would have to take up a very specific portion of the canvas, I suppose. Okay, and so we're in here and over here. Alex Hirsch and Dana Terrace are both married, and they're good friends with Matt Braley. So even if an official crossover never happens, I 100% believe that Gravity Falls, Amphibia, and the Owl House all exist in the same universe. There was that one detail, like in season 3 of the Owl House, that was like Frog Girl hoax, like on a headline. So there's this fun details like that, and I'm asleep so as not to trigger my hyperacidity. You don't want to be sick again. Okay, did I miss saying goodbye? Well, thank you for stopping by, even if I've missed saying proper goodbye from reading all of these other things. Goodbye to you, Decipher, and thank you for stopping by. And listen, I might be projecting, but it seems like you're putting a huge amount of pressure on yourself to solve an exact foolproof plan forward. Be careful not to let it become self-loathing. I want to say that I've mostly made it through the self-loathing. I think. Well, that's a very that's one way to talk about self-loathing. But I think I had a self-loathing phase and mostly got out of it. It's tough to tell sometimes, because I don't know, the problems still exist. I look at the problems that I want to solve and they're still out there. Might not tune in stream in the next few days. Happy stream and have fun. Then I'm very glad that you got to stop by. Okay, you might be gone already, but I guess I'll just say it anyway. I'm very glad that you got to stop by. To pop by before the busyness strikes again. Before the busyness. You pug champ. It's so funny to me that, I don't know, that holding your mouth in a certain pose got called a pog face, but it also, I don't know, I see people call that like the YouTuber face as well. Okay, how big is a shoulder? How big is a shoulder? Let's get some shoulder up in here. Some very big shoulder. Susstown spotted in drawing too. My goodness gracious. I've been so focused on trying to figure out what this pose is, what's going on here. Oh, this is still on a 3. I mean, it's good to remember. Good to remember that it's on a 3. Okay, as we draw this business, because we want some slightly wider shoulders, because proportionally, looking at this human person, it's out like that. It's out like that. Take that back down, and is it a very suspicious town? Is it a highly suspicious town up in here? I think it might be. We've got some countries' flag is green and blue, and I was wondering what that was for a moment. Problems will always exist. It's important to disconnect. It's important to connect your self-worth to your productivity. No, it's important to disconnect your self-worth from your productivity and love a salt lamp. Yeah, disconnecting self-worth from productivity. That's the most mentally healthy way to be, right? But I just I'm definitely gonna feel better about that once I don't know, pay rent one time. Once I show the ability to survive in the world, because the skill levels that I'm concerned about currently are like so low. I'm like I think I am at the die instantly level of unpreparedness for the world. May I add something in this drawing? May I add something to this drawing? I hope so. Well, I'll add it in a little bit of greenery, so it's a little bit the same, perhaps. And wait, so you got a salt lamp? Wait, I've never had a salt lamp. Do people lick the salt lamp if they own it, or is that destroying their own stuff? Definitely easier said than done, because the world be wildin'. It's truly concerning. It's truly concerning. It's like, on the one hand, I have the ability to stop myself from worrying. That's why I read 1 million identical comics, because when I read the stories, I don't feel worry. Wait, why is this locked? Okay, it's just cause I'm the admin of it. Okay, not actually locked. Yeah, when I read a bunch of stories or watch a little show, I don't have to feel worried. I just feel I don't know, excited for little developments in the stories, and then it's like I don't have problems. It's like I don't have problems, and other people have problems, and the purpose of other people's problems is for my own entertainment as they reach their inevitable happy ending or something like that. So worry-free, so simple, so straightforward. Unfortunately, I'm very good at being worry-free, so I don't know. I think I need to practice worrying in a way that is actually productive, that actually is motivating. Oh god. got the dice consistently up in here, and you've never tasted your beloved lamp. Although having a lamp that you really adore, that's kinship with the moth. I think it would be really cool to have like a night based on different bugs and stuff. Okay, cause one time at an airport, I saw. Okay, this keeps rotating. One time at an airport, I saw a praying mantis. So that's a green bug like this big, but it's like, oh, it's kind of stickish. Everyone knows what a praying mantis is, right? I guess it's a little bit weird to assume that people don't know what a praying mantis is. Okay. Oh right, I forgot to delete this layer. We've been on a slightly pink, just an ever so slightly pink thing this whole time. Let's demonstrate the praying mantis, and and there's a single citizen of Susstown. And and the kinship with the moth, even though you get the kinship for different reasons. Yeah. Okay, yeah, one time in an airport I saw a tiny lizard, a praying mantis, and I don't know, I want to say one other thing. Oh, I guess a spider, probably a spider, and the lizard and the mantis and the spider, it was at nighttime and they were all around a fluorescent light trying to eat the exact same bugs. And I was like, wow, I never think about those three creatures all together, but they do eat the same bugs. What if they were like warriors or something in a fiction story? I would love that. That's the immediate next piece of I don't know, thought that clicks into place when I see several bugs all together. Can we all just talk in a language that I don't know? My goodness, I've been banished. Well, if you would like to have secrets for a bit, I can promise not to look in the Discord for 20 minutes. Earlier that was happening. Talking in a language I don't know, which I believe was Finnish, right? Please let me remember things correctly. And I don't know, every time I think about other languages, I'm like, whoa, the mysteries are out there. And okay. Oh, Jesus is pleased by the praying mantis. Oh my goodness, this bug is so devout. Oh my goodness. See, if you ever think that your prayers have been ignored, that's because the mantis prayed first. and you have to give priority to a bug that is always praying naturally. So it's got like really big eyes, just like that. Yeah, I'm not sure what I would want for a praying mantis. Perfectly did that, and praying mantises are awesome. There was in the first garden that my mom had, praying mantises showed up, and they really proved that even though we were living in a real dry desert, that there's still wildlife if there's a little bit of water. 'Cause I don't know, the thing about living in a desert, if you have somebody spray bug spray, you're not gonna see any life for like 6 months. It'll just really, it just becomes this sterile, perfectly clean environment, roasted by the sun. It doesn't really even want you as a human person to live there, but with a little human intervention, not even a bug can live in the desert. And I once went to a vacation, and there was this fella dressed as a mantis handing money to everyone. They said they were a paying mantis. That, what, why? Wait, who's got that kind of money? Okay, why? Obviously for the bit. Obviously for the gag. I'll know Finnish, Mandarin Chinese, or pear Chinese. Various versions of Chinese. I wonder, are you interested in making comics or write something into a novel to make your stories come to life? So funny story about a novel. I mean, okay, ever since I was a kid, I really wanted to write a novel. I think that's one of the first jobs I ever wanted to have, but then I wanted it so bad that I intimidated myself out of it and learned to draw instead, just a little. But yeah, I got too intimidated because being a writer, writing a novel was too important to me. However, I'm trying to, relax that fear out of me, and also I, in a stupid way, I have a nemesis. Like 10 years ago, like my dad's co-workers, wife's student, some person along this chain of people wrote a novel. And then as a kid, I was reading a bunch of books, and people are like, oh, do you know somebody who likes books? Well, that person probably likes all books. Hand her this book. This is an early experience that let me know that I don't actually like all books, because they handed me someone's self-published book. It's not a bad thing to self-publish in general. Sometimes that's the only way forward, and it can be very satisfying to hold that book in your hands. This one was so poorly written. I'm still in awe. It's still the worst thing that I've seen in print. Just like there were structural issues. The sidekicks join the hero for no apparent reason. They just have their own lives, and then they're like, uh-oh, we have to die for you now. That's not gonna be explained. I think we're just simping. We don't have to explain that. There's structural issues like that. Also couldn't write women up in there. Also used a sexual assault scene really cheaply, and really poorly done, and I have never ever read something that bad, and so that's I haven't told the person. I haven't told him. I haven't met him in person either, but I just so happened to look him up somewhat recently, and he's working on a sequel, and I need to write a book now. I need to write a book right exactly now, because I don't want to have to say I respect you for putting out a full novel, because that's something that I couldn't do. I don't want that at all. That's a weird mentality to have, but it's what's going on in that kind of thing. I want to write a novel, one, because it's like a childhood dream, two, for revenge. God actually does grant wishes, but the trillion hands are holding up the cue. That's, oh my gosh. My eyes are drooping and I feel really tired too. Okay, I missed a goodbye. I missed a goodbye. Oh my gosh. I hope you're sleeping well in the goodbye that I have missed, Leviathan, as I go on a revenge diatribe about a nemesis who doesn't know I exist, but I don't know. It's so uniquely bad and motivating. In fact, like I probably shouldn't ever reveal the name of this book, because that's just rude, and that implies that I would want to say this stuff to a person, and some things are just too cruel to say, even even if I'm thinking it. And even I own a copy of the book. It was given out as a free sample at first because I did this print, but then I was like, you know what, here I am, I'm 13 reading this worst book ever for the first time, and they asked for the free copy back, so I actually like bought it for $10 or something. I might be the only purchase, but it's just so motivating to know that even if I'm insecure about my writing, there's like a really specific example that I cannot go worse than. There's did you really think I'd leave before I heard your reaction to my beautiful poem? Well, think again. No, I'll leave for real. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you busted out the prosy language. Goodbye for real. Goodbye to you and the beautiful language used. Listen, sometimes a person deserves to know that they need to grow and improve. There's some criticism in my mind and in my heart that I'm not sure if I can phrase constructively. That's is you really gotta be careful about this sort of thing. And then fully, this guy is out in the world living his life. It was kind of interesting to find out that he had like a uniquely spelled last name, and so if you Google the author's last name, you get like the social media posts that are like, I'm now a father after 10 years or something. So he's fully living his life now, trying to get other people to make content for the world that he came up with for tabletop games now, which is an interesting transformation. And it would be interesting to see if he improved, but I don't know, every time I think of the worst book ever, I start slowing down, glitching out a little bit in my head to process the sheer memory. Okay, where am I in this canvas? But yeah, that was not the only time that I had, okay, I actually want to start measuring this. 2 head lengths of torso. I actually want some slightly larger torso, and then just one head length of the first one in this picture. This, I started drawing this fellow at a strange angle. Oh wait, so the proportions are almost right. Almost or something. You know what? You just gotta be fearless. And go through this. But yeah, other relatives and stuff heard that I was really into books, being a reader person as a kid, and also handed me other people's self-published things. There was another one that was not as bad, but it was written by this old guy who wrote a book after years of wanting to write a book. Like it was like his lifelong dream. Oh damn, that sounds like me. It was his lifelong dream, and he waited until retirement, I guess, to get it done, to actually write that book. But then in his retirement, he makes it a story for his grandkids a little bit, and makes the character, I don't know, 15 or something, while this guy writing it is 70. Sorry, y'all. And how to art, trying to debate whether to buy a commission to feed my hyperfixations right now. Oh, what what commissions are you thinking of buying? Okay, I mean, I'm saying that because the first one that pops to mind was one of my favorite I don't know, comic creators, somebody who made one of my favorite sci-fi comics of all time, is trying to fund some plushies, and so they started offering a sketch commission to drive sales, so I got one, and that was, I don't know, I was very happy with that. However, I can also see why people are slow to get the plushies even with the sketch commission incentive, because it's a little squish toy. It's a little squish toy, and then because it's a custom thing, it ends up being $50. So I mean, I love it's the creator of Miracle Simulator sci-fi webcomic doing this plushie thing, but I can see why that's some hesitation. Like I like Miracle Simulator as a sci-fi story more than I think more than all of the Star Wars and Star Trek content released in this century. Is just better sci-fi than what's being published out there. Oh, sobbing individual. Hi. Oh my, that was several syllables in a row that just came out of my mouth, but you just missed Leviathan. Damn it. But hello to you. It's good to see you. Here we are after a week, back from the trip. Several Among Us's stacked on a shoulder. and over in the corner, let's tour this canvas slightly. Over in the corner. Hello, Gwen. Twist and shout. An extremely buff Mungus. I can't even believe how buff this is. And scrolling a little, and had to skedaddle for a minute because I had to feed your dogs, cats, and get 2 packages. I mean, that sounds like you're just being productive. That's a productive time. That's how does it work out having both dogs and cats? Everyone says they don't get along, and yet clearly, as everyone has phones out in the world, you can clearly see cats and dogs are sometimes friends, and then sometimes a cat growing up with dogs thinks that they're a dog and tries to bark, and then sometimes a dog growing up with cats thinks he's a cat and hops up on the counter or something. That's a whole story, and one only needs to browse AO3 for 0.3 seconds to realize most fiction is garbage. Then some parts of it are like literally one of my reasons for living, and the only way to improve is to try. Right? It messes me up that wanting to write so far is so different from wanting to draw, because I could talk myself out of being afraid when I wanted to draw, because I came across the Draw a Box free course and stuff that teaches you all the basics, and I was like, oh, okay, so it's gonna suck at first. I just grin and bear it, and then it'll go from looking really bad to looking better. That's how drawing was. There was a very visual, an extremely visual mark of progression. I have trouble quantifying whether my writing has gotten better. A lot of that is because I don't practice enough, and so I don't see my own writing enough. But it's not like, whoa, this face looks totally messed up. Here's something that I can reference back and forth a lot, so that I can figure out what exactly went wrong on the path to drawing this face. It's not like that. It's like it's a different set of criteria that I should probably list, and I just now broke the watch that I've been wearing for this entire channel. Okay, that's interesting. Well, it's not that broken. And I just like art. I've ordered 2 commissions in general, but one took about a year, even when I was being nice about waiting, and so I got a refund. Second one was successful, and now I'm hooked. Oh my gosh. I feel like I haven't done that many, haven't investigated that many commissions, even though I always see artists going around. In fact, I've got some favorite artists and stuff. I haven't really looked into it, but now that I've got this one, it's like, I don't know, if you really like the artist, then it's like a real personal autograph somehow. And Alden Lindstrom. I've scrolled like way back. I've scrolled way back in the chat. I've totally missed several things. Talking of practice, I just try to remind myself that everyone cringes at their early work. You just gotta keep working at it and not beat yourself up, right? If you beat up, then you freeze up, then you stop up. That's messed up. And all of this. Still can't believe that Cut Among Us guy is a drawing, right? There's a serious sense of lighting, maybe. It's okay, and this is rotating against my will yet again. Please, I just want to zoom back into where I was, as I very, very slowly draw like a moth knight. That's what I'm trying to draw, sort of. And being based in Happy Power Rangers Day, everyone. Oh yeah, what's power ranging? What's power ranging today? That's okay. I've instantly made this very lame. But is there a Power Rangers news? Power Rangers news. Anything going on with them? Perhaps just a oh my god, they're getting a new series on Netflix on September 29th. Whoa. Whoa. Power Rangers indeed. And going through these things, and I'm way back here. I'm way back in here. And my writing is bad. That's why my comics are not finished. Still suck at writing dialogue. And it's weird too, because like I feel like I got just a little bit of confidence writing dialogue, because I don't know, I wrote dialogue for some of the shorts up on this channel, and they did okay, and turned out, I don't know, quotable or something. But not every moment of dialogue is the snappiest thing you can think of. Have I selected a color that's just 3 20s in a row? That's funny. I've never done that before. And gotta go away and oh wait, you got a new gaming PC? Oh my gosh. That's okay. Wait, what did you have before that? Because my little brother, he's so into playing video games. I would say that's how he spent the last 10 years and maybe his life. Just like sat down playing video games. And yet when I'm like, dude, we want to get you some presents and things, so I don't know, shop around for a PC build, and even if it costs a lot, we'll like get the parts over some span of time, and then you'll have a gaming PC, and then you won't have to keep a frozen water bottle on top of your laptop battery to play I don't know, even very basic games. It's like, I don't know, he keeps wanting to play things and then not being able to because they crash because he's on a laptop. It's just, how's the performance of this thing? I'm way back in the chat, but how's the gaming PC going? Writing for me is like my art. I want to improve. I kind of hate everything I make, but however, Kai, I've seen your art, and your art's good. So I guess to improve, you gotta get obsessed with something, probably. I mean, that's the advice that I've seen. You gotta go out here with Inuyasha fanfiction. That's very specific advice. I was so worried my dialogue was terrible, so I challenged myself to write it every day. I still think my dialogue isn't the best, but better than when you started. Okay. Maybe that's the solution that I'm aiming for then. Maybe I could have like 1 week of just getting out the thoughts, because I have to practice getting out my thoughts and stuff, because I get so scared that I stop writing and start researching what my characters should be named, and that kind of stops the process, honestly. So just like 1 week of getting out all the thoughts, and then 1 week to analyze what I don't like and try to do it better. I straight up used to write. I think I got out like I think I got 50k words of fan fiction written one time. I have no idea. I just left that stuff straight up unfinished on the fanfiction.net. Thus straight up just went into the first okay, do I want to tilt this? Which way is that tilted? This way. And you know what? Maybe I'll tilt it this way. Sure. Just get that going. just left those things unfinished out in the world. And Power Rangers is still ongoing. Yeah, apparently new installments and stuff. It's 30 years old today. Oh my god. Oh my god. And no. I'm having fun catching up, but also so much happened suddenly. I still got the brain rot for Inuyasha. Okay, I did catch up in the chat. Very nice. Feeling accomplished with myself. Okay, get better at something like drawing and writing dialogue. You gotta get obsessed with it. I've seen that advice around, and so I've really tried to, I don't know, figure out what exactly gets me interested in a story in general. Tried to break that down to the bare essentials and figure out what it is. Okay, do I want to tilt like this? And then how's this leg going? It is weird. It is weird. I'm drawing from a reference picture, but also it's blurry, and also these clothes be rankled clothes up in here. Okay. And almost to 420s with this hex code indeed. Is it better? I don't know at all. And Power Rangers is older than most of us here. That's true. Movie studios and show studios and everything, they got so into rebooting everything. I start to wonder if we're gonna see original things at all. That's why I kind of have to understand when people get picky about remakes and stuff. Is because you just gotta know that you're not gonna see any original content. That's reality now. You're gonna see barely any original content, and so you gotta hope for something that you want to see in a reinvention of an old property, because they're not going to do anything. And your dialogue is a fun and intuitive process. Just write the kind of conversations I want to read. Oh, kind of conversations you want to read. I think I want to read some epic put downs, some roasting, some battles. And then that was something I noticed in The Dragon Prince, because even though I'm not writing very much, I'm studying and breaking down what I like in stories. And in The Dragon Prince, I liked how friendships and closeness worked. You get like a lighthearted roast between characters. You get, I don't know, just characters making fun of each other in a way that feels familial. Is that the right word? Okay, and here's this hand. Okay, I'm looking at this, but I fully don't have a reference for this hand that I'm drawing. just gotta be brave out in here. Gotta be brave, and also maybe lower it a little bit more, because I think I've placed it at the wrong place. And we got Charo, I'm begging you, please write some shitty stories. You don't have to share anything, but you need to take the pressure off. I just, something at all. I've wondered sometimes if like casual collaboration would fix me. So over in the Discord, I'm working on something with my buddy Iris, and I don't know, I hope it turns out, I hope it goes low pressure enough. I mean, that's another thing, like at the beginning of this year, somebody on Reddit asked if several people would like to get together and all write a novel together. From the get-go, I didn't think that project was gonna work out, and it hasn't. So I'm just having a great time being right. They asked if it were possible to everyone just write parts of a novel together, and I don't know, I got into it. I helped develop a character. I calculated what the word count would have to be if 4 people were all writing a book together, and then everybody, as it goes for a group project, collectively disappeared from the project, and that was very interesting. And I've been watching Power Rangers since I was 3. My first season was Dino Thunder. I don't give a crap how old I get, I'll always love it. Gotta go back for those comfort things, for those favorites. Hard to agree with, heck, but I just do it. Gotta relax, maybe I should like mentally prepare ahead of time as well and be like, okay, here is exactly how bad it's gonna be, and instead of looking at my own writing and hating it and being viscerally uncomfortable, I'm just gonna grin and bear it and make another one after it. Oh no. It's something that you just have to do. You just have to be brave in your creative endeavors. But also, this sounds like the most painful thing imaginable. Feels so stressful before you start, even the first time, but it feels so much better when you do. I hope so. I've been feeling all restless lately. Like, I'm going into a new semester of school, so I have all of this stuff to focus on. But also, I want something at the, I'm drawing all of this on the same layer. That's fine. That's totally fine. I want something to provide a sense of purpose and like fulfillment and niceties. Purpose, fulfillment, and niceties. It's the things that productivity YouTubers and stuff talk about. And live actions are silly and fun, as long as it's nothing like the Lion King live action. I'll tune in. Oh, fun. And old stuff makes the most money to them. It's just business, but to few it's genuine love, and they aren't in it for the money, and those are the people that deserve applause, right? I think like things like the, I don't know, Superman newest reboot kind of thing. I think it's nice that it seems like people have some care about what they are making. Okay, and what kind of arm am I having up in here? You know what? We can have a little gap in the arm. I can kind of tell that is not correct. Okay, and this angle is strange because I took it from the top of the stairs, and so the head is larger, but I'm thinking it's not that large. And like the idea of a collab novel, but it's hard. I got a fanfic I'm writing with one other person, and finding time to write is so hard, right? Like theoretically, you just have the time and then do the word count, and then you go to a website or something like Fighter's Block to make a game out of beating your writer's block, and then just get through the word count. But not getting it right is deeply, deeply unsatisfying, and actually it's kind of burns. It's like pain, and I gotta get over it, but thinking over it, it's also very clear that the pain of facing your failures is an understandable hold up. And I got some goodbyes up in here. Did I miss the goodbyes? Yeah, probably. I've been talking all over the place, but goodbye to you, Noah Schultz. And got a Voltus 5 kid up in here. A class that I'm enrolled in this semester because it'll count for some credits. Tagalog language. I'm finally gonna learn the language that my dad did not have the time to teach me. And that's the first show that comes to mind. Voltes, the reboot, because they've got a reboot. I mean, okay, I saw the trailer. They're in English for chunks of it, but I I need something motivating, I think, and so Voltes 5. That's something my dad liked as a kid too, so I don't know, maybe that would make the language easier to learn. Tagalog, gotta get up in there. And going over here, what have I missed? What have I missed indeed? Write shitty stories, but we gotta plan ahead. Wouldn't want to write them good accidentally. Ooh. Okay, that's... Now I really want to define what I'm capable of exactly. I want to define what I'm capable of and find out what it all is. Okay, yeah, I think it was the right call to make this noggin just a little smaller, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if that's the right call, but I'll live with it. And more importantly, so will this small-headed man. Okay, but yeah, I don't have a very clear idea of what my worst quality and best quality stories look like. And so I guess I gotta plan ahead and try to write the worst one on purpose, where I think of everything that could go wrong, everything that I'm afraid of, and then see what it looks like when I do it on purpose, see what it looks like when I do a little bit less of it, and then also write a bucket list. What would this look like if everything went right? That's too much to hope for already. I can feel it, but you gotta hope in order to start a project, right? Gotta hope a little. Be brave, great. Put that energy into something fun. Don't worry about being perfect. I really was worried about being perfect for years, I think. It took me so long to figure out that was, I don't know, stopping me up. Okay, and where's this knee going? Actually, this camera shutter got the entire... It's the motion blur sort of makes this look partly animated or something. Okay, we've got this leg curving and one tiny foot right there. Oh yeah, that's... I can almost kind of see the stairs that I have not drawn. That's... Okay, and there was the goodbye that I was saying, a proper bye, and I keep catching the stream right at the end of my work day. Whoa, that's... 2 buys. Did I therefore almost not miss 2 buys, but then I missed 2 buys. Goodbye, Halden Lindstrom. Hope I've said that right, but a proper bye to you. And the live action Lion King was decent compared to The Little Mermaid or the upcoming Snow White. Oh dear, oh my god. That's I don't know, the live action Lion King, I mostly always see it brought up as why animation should just stick to it. You know what? I hope that every CGI studio in the universe unionizes and so you can't underpay them anymore, and so it's like a similar cost to just, I don't know, making animation or something. Comparable cost, I would hope. And because I don't know, I just want to see. I want to see more of it. I want to see more of it once again. I see all of those, I don't know, roasts of the live action Lion King. They're like, look at his stiff ass face. Look at that. You can't feel any emotion. Why are we even watching this? Okay, and I have dislocated my brother's knee in this drawing. I've dislocated my brother's knee in the drawing. Okay, I've got a great amount of power, great amount of responsibility, and not a great amount of good drawing. Even after all these years, I still memorize Waltus 5's opening theme Tagalog version. And don't plan ahead, as being just say. Look, I mean, if I plan to be bad, then maybe I'm mentally prepared. And honestly, okay, that's such a funny way of thinking about it plan to be bad, like it's some sort of naughty child thing to do. like I'm a little cartoon villain planning to be nefarious or something. Okay, and then is this arm curved? Wow, okay. I think I'm not looking at an elbow bump. I'm looking at the sleeve. Wow. So that's several things going on in there. You know what? I think it's about time to merge that down as I spend this entire time just working on a simple skeleton. On a simple skeleton I work. Oh, no, totally. Because something that messes me up is not being able to cope with with the exact ways that I'm feeling, cuz like I don't know, when I was 13 or something and came across the worst book I ever read, it was very obvious everything that was going wrong. This book had an editor, but there were the structural issues and the worst book I've ever read, and also some spelling errors that haunt me to this day. Its spelling errors are not that big of a deal, but that was the first time that was my first time seeing a lot of them. For anyone who doesn't know, there's like the phrase to peek around a corner. That's spelled P-E-E-K. That's a peek when there's a very small look, when you're doing a look that's smaller than normal. And there's another word. It's not this guy's fault. It's not this author's fault that English has words that sound alike. It was weird to read it for the first time though. There's another word that is also sounds like peak. Wow, can't even say the words right as I talk about the right way to use words. And that's P-E-A-K. And that is like the pinnacle of something. That's like the peak of a mountain. That's two entirely different words. And why did I start talking about that? Oh, right, that's because in all things, I consider myself a pretty critical person, to the point where I mostly can't turn it off. I don't know, as I look at more stories and things, I wonder if this is true, but if I could just get prepared ahead of time to be for things that I'm critical of in myself, then maybe it wouldn't hurt so bad, right? If you take away the surprise of the many ways I can fail myself. Coming up with some harsh phrasing for that. And me being like, right, without pressure, you'd be like, yes, I must find the optimal way to do that. Yes, maybe, yes. There's totally an optimal way to write without pressure, I think. That's I've tried to start thoughtlessly, right? Thoughtlessly start trying to write a story. It's if I don't have at least a little focus, then I'll go off track, and the next thing you know, I'm in the credits of a movie and stuff, looking at everyone's names, trying to figure out what an appropriate first and last name for my character is, and that's a very useful thing to have. It's very nice not to call them by a title or something, but also, if that takes up the entire time that I meant to use for writing, then that's a solid sign to relax and start to suck worse at writing. Suck worse on purpose. Oh, okay, that's my first condition. Don't research anything in the bad writing session. Just vibe and also daydream. onto the page preferably. Oh. The Little Mermaid was 10 times better. I did see a good review for The Little Mermaid. That some people were like, okay, I actually liked the songs that they added. They were pretty solid, and it was kind of neat that they added some depth to the Prince Charming that was not there before. And so, I don't know, after seeing a good review, I'm like, okay, it's still a live action remake, and every single one of those kills my soul a little. But I think I would watch it. I mean, it's out of theaters already, but I've seen one good review now, and maybe that's worth checking out. Doesn't have to be thoughtlessly, just needs to be done. You feel me? I wish I could feel ya is the word that I was gonna say, but that sounds weird now. Pretend that doesn't sound weird. I wish I could be picking up what you're putting down in the phrasing, in the words, in the meaning. That's what I'm saying. Okay. There's definitely so much about writing where you actually just need to start getting more experience in order to properly fix yourself up. Okay, I wanna find a little picture and see what I am drawing, find out what I'm doing. Wow. I've taken so many screenshots lately. How much anime do I want this to be? I guess I'll just start with the eyes naturally. Start with the eyes and have some of this and have some of that. Okay, I'm drawing so small that it barely matters how much anime I want to be in here, because we can't really have that much detail either, because I started out so small, so tiny. Doesn't need to be thoughtlessly, just needs to be done. Wait, YouTube is censoring your keyboard smashes? My goodness, this is outright suppression. How can we ever get through this? What's an equivalent of a keyboard smash? Okay, I mean, I guess the censored version of a keyboard smash would just be to type in the words keyboard smash. It doesn't have quite the same energy. What made me start doing those? I put those in my texts a lot now. 'Cause you have to convey how much you're sputtering incomprehensibly, I think. Okay, I've looked up some kind of anime boy, but what I want to look up is a moth. Yeah, the Leviathan 095 and the stories of the moth. Whoa, big caterpillar in my search result. Okay, I want to look up a moth. Wow, these things get really pretty. You guys ever seen a pink star moth? I've never seen a pink star moth. Not properly. Okay, I'll put the other eye on this, and writing that isn't thoughtless, just done. It's like I want to have standards for writing that don't intimidate me specifically, or else I'll go to my default settings, which have been killing me the entire time. On the other hand, what are those exactly? And okay, even while doing something bad, I think I have to prepare for it to hurt, maybe? 'Cause, I don't know, okay, so there's talking about it this much, talking about it to this degree, I feel like an absolute drama queen. I feel like a drama mama. I feel like the drama llama. I'm so dramatic about this, but I want to be prepared to look at something that I worked hard on, see that it sucks, and then do another one. Oh no. That I was able to do that to learn how to draw, but it's the thought of doing that for writing, for some reason, okay, ever since I learned about what rejection sensitive dysphoria is, I don't know, which, as far as I can tell, is something that happens for ADHD. And I'm not sure if I have ADHD, but after looking up rejection sensitive dysphoria, there's something going on, at least. There's something going on in there, because I can't breathe in situations where I should be able to be normal and feel normal. I can't. It hurts to be in situations. And that's not the definition of rejection sensitive dysphoria, but that's an experience that I've tried to put into words just now. And in other public canvases, it was agreed upon that you would just scribble in place when figuratively smashing a keyboard. Oh, fun. You give people the doctor's handwriting, the scribbles, the cursive. And I think I have autism. Yeah. I mean, it's okay, not yeah, as in I also think you have autism. That would be weird because I haven't seen you and I don't know the vibes, but as awareness for these kind of things spreads, I don't know, it's good to be on the lookout. That's my attitude toward these things. I don't know. I think my mom and my brother have a different attitude. They don't want to know. I think my brother specifically, if he has autism or ADHD, and I've told him that I suspect that is a thing that might be in our family, but that's a bit of an intrusive thing to say to someone, so honestly I should chill out about it a little. His way of thinking about it is that he doesn't want to blame his issues on something, but I take a different approach with these things, and I think that if I know what's wrong, then I can face it head on and start to, I don't know, behave appropriately. I can start to, I don't know, I can start to figure out how to function or something like that. That's my hope. And ADHD people are the most relatable people to me, and I choose to examine this no further. Right? And that's, like, time blindness is like an ADHD thing too, so it's kind of funny to see, I don't know, people getting awareness of all of these things, but additionally, okay, I'll actually get rid of those hairs because this is some kind of a moth night. That I'm figuring out, and so we'll give him some kind of circlet, some kind of helm as we look at these antennae. And give him a big ridiculous outfit. Yep, that's character design for you. That's what makes memorable character design. Put this idiot in the stupidest thing you've ever seen. That's peak character design. What was I? Oh yeah, the funny thing about people finding out about ADHD is that with time blindness, I mean, they might just end up forgetting to make an appointment and get checked out anyway. I don't know how that is. Okay, can I look at the pink star moth? Because that's what I'll base you off of. Guy that I'm drawing. The pink star moth, because it's so fluffy. Pink star moth. The moth. And when I was younger, I was like, there's men I'm attracted to, but dude, I have to pass this test. I got no time for this. Just shelving things in mental drawers for later, right? I like figuring out if I'm bisexual or something is like, it's like I've never dated anybody, and you don't need to in order to find out, but there's this, like, I don't know, voice in the back of my head that's like, what if you've interpreted yourself incorrectly? What if you're not bisexual at all. I mean, and then sometimes I'll see like evidence or something and wonder how to interpret that. I feel like I need to date someone though. I feel like I need to date someone to figure that out. That came out of nowhere. I was going to say an entirely different sentence that related more to the sentence that you were saying, because now it just looks like I said something totally different. Okay, is that what I want for a moth up in here? And can I actually adjust part of this? And horns are peak character design. I've put this in the very front of his face, so I don't know if that's proper. I don't know if it looks like a horn. I questioned myself a whole lot before I came out. And the thing about coming out as well, it's like, on the one hand, I kind of want to know for certain. On the other hand, if I don't know for certain, how many people is that gonna affect? There's only so many people I can actually, you can only date a set amount of people, so if I am or am not, that's only a set amount of disappointments, like a very finite amount of disappointments. What's the maximum amount of people I could disappoint? 8? That's not very many at all. That's... People form expectations around the labels that you choose for yourself, and I keep hearing, horror stories about dating and being afraid, and with people's expectations and stuff, but I haven't even tried anything yet, so I really shouldn't be afraid. I shouldn't be afraid, and I should just focus on things that I can control, I think, and may or may not have had a list of men I find attractive as evidence, like a sane human being. Yes. Yes. I'm also making lists to try to make sense of myself. It's there were like, and like growing up, there were like on road trips and stuff, there'd be like, so in the United States, there's a lot of advertising on the side of the road. It's a plague upon your psyche. It's just legal to put as many advertisements, like you're trying to turn nature itself into a sketchy website. And on road trips and stuff, there'd be like advertising for some adult thing, so there's like full on as much boob as they can legally show in there, and I'd be like kind of looking at that as a kid and kind of not looking at that and just kind of being like, interesting feeling that I have right now. But so women are said to just be attractive, so this is probably normal. It's probably normal to fight staring or something. That's probably the normalest thing I can do, and it doesn't mean anything. Maybe interesting, maybe possibly. There's more to figure out there though. Plot twist. There's more to figure out though, as you figure out yourself, and there sure is some capitalism. Yeah, the capitalism. Pop-up blocker, sketchy website, road trip, figure out your bisexuality. Road trip of billboard of advertisement. That's honestly, okay, now that I think of it, one of the funniest, uniquely American ways to try to start figuring out if you're bisexual or something. So dumb. Oh, well, okay, I've seen the message on time. Heading off to bed now. Thank you for stopping by. And was it you who drew the buff mongoose? I have to zoom back out for a little tour. That's a very detailed pengu is in here. Thank you for stopping by. As as I try to get the hang of the controls again and see a very detailed penguin. And I hope you have a good night, a good sleep, a sound sleep. That's a very long goodbye now. Waving. Good dream to you as we gaze upon this canvas of faces and poses and many things. Yeah, I think I'm gonna I think I will make this one just a regular 2-hour one, and try to wind this down in about 10 minutes. Yeah. The hanging out is, I know Boyo has done some very detailed things before. That's why I'm guessing that the extremely intense Pingu. Can I zoom in? Let me zoom in. Noot. So intense. Look at the look in this fella's eyes. Look at the look in his eyes. Okay, it's been a while since I toured all over the place. I think nothing's going on in Susstown. So it's no longer suspicious in Susstown. Okay, if I go to this eraser. Oh, hey, Rednat. Hi, Rednat. I keep bumping into the microphone, of course, but hello to you. Been a minute. How are you doing today? I've just got back from traveling around. I got to see Universal Studio theme park for the first time. Okay, so this says John Marston. Oh my gosh. I remember. Okay, man, I see the name John, and then I think Cowboy. Is that like Red Dead Redemption? Because I remember you said that you liked it, and then it seems to be thinking something. Oh my gosh, it's getting atmospheric up in here. Cool stuff. But hello, hi to you, Rednet. How are you doing? How have you been in the world? In the here and the now? Okay, I don't know, I mentioned Universal Studio. They came out with a Nintendo, but mostly Mario themed world. Okay, yeah, it's Red Dead Redemption. Cool stuff. That's one of those things where if you're a fan of it'll give you more practice for drawing realistic faces, I guess. Okay, that's not necessarily true, but that's the thought that got generated just now. And love your haircut, thank you. I've wanted to get a haircut like this for years now, and I finally got it. I'm figuring out how to style it. I want to stick it up or something. And how was it? I've been to Universal once in like 2016. Right, this was my first time going, I think. Okay. And the wait times in the Nintendo world, like, I don't think that any of the things in Universal were things that I was too big of a fan of. Nothing that I'm too wild about. And so the purpose is to just go on all the rides, right? Just go on every single ride that you possibly can have. Because you gotta get your kicks, gotta get your thrills, and drawing in the style. And that last page reminds me of the comic The Magpie. Don't know what that is. Oh, basing it off the journal drawings. Ooh, well now I want to look up what the Magpie comic is. And do I want pauldrons? A magpie is a raven. Okay, but what? Okay, I'm using the search results on this phone of mine for something else, so I just gotta make that as a note to look up later. The Magpie comic. I hear those are a real menace in places like Australia or something. Got a bunch of magpies and stuff, and they'll swoop ya. Oh, I've clicked out of my things accidentally. Okay. I also... well, now I'm seeing this camera angle again. Is it where I want it to be? I've got it on a weird stand. I've got it on a weird stand here. I'll figure that out as I go along. It's the stand that this camera is on is supposed to be a phone holder that's like a loop, and then you put it around your neck, and then it holds the phone directly above your face so that it won't fall on your face. And it's like an as seen on TV, very silly product. My dad got like 4 of them. It's like an impulse purchase kind of thing. And okay, but I was talking about how Universal is the wait times for the Mario stuff. And it is just a regular go-kart kind of thing. Okay, not a go-kart. It's on a track. The Mario Bowser's Challenge thing is on a track, and it's very gentle. It just twists around a little. And it broke twice while I was riding it. Several of the rides did this. Broke twice while I was riding it. And and the wait times earlier in the day, I think, were longer than the Mario movie that just came out. Like, you're gonna be standing partially in the sun and then in the air conditioning, just standing in line for like, I don't know, over 100 minutes. That it's kind of hell. It's kind of hell. We did not go in line for 100 minutes. Going into Universal, every chance we took, going on stuff with my family, tried to take the single rider line, where if there's an empty seat on a ride, they'll just pick you out of the line, and so you get to skip most of the lines and stuff and be faster and everything. And for a second there, it feels amazing. It feels like VIP privilege to go past the line and see everyone waiting and be like, I'm not wasting my life like that. But the lines on the Mario thing were so long, and it's this augmented reality, very gentle track in a lot of props. It was still long. I think I could have watched maybe a couple of episodes of the Owl House or something while in line. You straight up have to download something to keep you company, as you're just staring at the back of someone else's head. And it's sort of a danger. Okay, this thing is fuzzy. I'm basing it off a moth, and it's fuzzy and has so many dots. Actually, it only has 4 dots, and so I want to look up armor. Knight, like an armored knight, like an accurate armored knight. Okay, the thing about an historically accurate armored knight is that they quite possibly look lame as hell. Apparently they did not have shiny armor in the past. They would put paint on it or something, and then that would be more like camouflage. All right, how realistic or not realistic do I want it to be? Okay, which person in history had the coolest armor? Okay, well, I mean, I've already put a cape on this fellow, so it's already not that accurate. So, what am I choosing to do? Maybe a little thing like this. A little thing such as this. I've been talking about just the line on a ride for the past, like, I don't know, like last few minutes of the stream. I've put something in the title. It's about multi-shipping. in the title and thumbnail because it was happened to be on my mind at the time that I was putting that together. But I don't know. What do I want to do? Do I want to talk about multi-shipping? I mean, the main things... it's not really even much of a topic. It's just the principle that where in a fandom I'll see a ship war, I find it more amusing to, like, collect several ships and just, like, find out what I would want to... what I want to read stories about, Just reading more stories is better. And okay, yeah, here we go. I've found the topic suggestion from 9 days ago now, from King Hijinks. The topic suggestion left up in here was, okay, we've both been going through season 2 of The Unsleeping City, and I was wondering who my favorite and least favorite characters in the main cast are. Oh my gosh, wait, I was chatting with King Hijinks. Did I already answer that in somewhere? But favorite characters, wow, do I get favorite characters a lot? I guess I don't get favorite characters a lot. I've liked things that are going on with characters. Still, okay. In the Unsleeping City season 2, I have to keep admiring the funniest characters in here. Pete keeps cracking me up with the quips and stuff. Somebody leaned in to be intimidating in the final fight, and Pete goes for a kiss, and then promptly gets his windpipe crushed, but that's still iconic. It's still iconic to go in for a little smooch when someone's trying to, I don't know, talk down to you, talk tough to you, and then it didn't even do anything, barely even stopped you with the crushed windpipe. It is interesting that in Dungeon Dragon and stuff like that, they do not suffer from pain very severely. Okay, and there's actually supposed to be kind of a helmet, and that's why I can't see where the helmet meets most of these. Okay, and so there can be a little bit of chain armor. And okay, favorite character in Unsleeping City, it might still be Sophia, because she just keeps punching people, and that's a really important quality for a girl boss. The incredible amounts of violence. Go girl bossing around, hitting and punching and kicking, and the way that she carries herself and goes into interactions just makes me smile every single time. And because I can't remember if I've talked about that a little, and there was the second topic suggestion, if you're into any other Dimension 20 shows, and if there are any that I'd recommend, okay, for something to maybe watch next. Okay, like, the thing about these podcasts, they're like one of my favorite things out there, and got various things going around. Whoa, spider poses as I zoom out. So cool. Some of my favorite things, well, now I'm just trying to remember, because I've watched more than one season. Oh, right. A season that I watched was the medieval themed one, like a Crown of Candy. That one's pretty good. And Allie Beardsley is a regular of the cast, because you've said preferably something with Allie Beardsley. A regular in the cast. Well, in the medieval themed one, medieval candy themed one, where they talk about the politics of Candyland, and how far do I want to go into this, because I was sort of winding down, but I'm also sort of not winding down. I'm sort of in this as I behold the magnificent Spider-Man and the for a while now, has your profile been one of these? Has been the early drawing from one of these group draws? That's quality art up in here. I I hope that even as people get busier, I hope that this stuff stays together a little as I fully lose my train of thought. In the podcast, that's a story where Allie Beardsley plays a character. Okay, that's a whole mouthful of a sentence. Yeah, they go for some asexual representation with that one. But I struggle to call it representation because the story's not about that, because in the medieval sense, they're getting hella murdered. And so Allie Beardsley, you can count on him to put some LGBT. I instantly hated myself for pronouncing it that way. You can count on them to put some queer representation in there anytime. In fact, I think in the first season where Allie Beardsley is, that I haven't seen yet, but I kind of want to see, it's a fantasy combined with a high school setting, and they've called it Fantasy High, plays a repressed religious girl who starts to figure out that she's lesbian and I, because I haven't seen it, I don't know how much of a focus that is in the story, because sometimes they're doing that stuff that I know you like to see, King Hijinks. They're doing the representation stuff, but then it falls into the background as they deal with the death and destruction. There's like various things, but I think every single, which ones have I seen entirely? I've seen season 1 of The Crown of Candy. I started watching that one that's supposed to be they actually, okay, so they're playing the same game, but they let go of all the battles and stuff, and it ends up being way more tense than any of the ones where they have a fighting system in there, because they're playing politics. So that's a court of fate and flowers, and there's a non-binary character in there, but I only watched that season halfway through because the politics got so tense. I was having like a heart attack, and so I couldn't finish it because I kept going in there, and then they would say something either so funny that I couldn't breathe, and so I'd have to pause it because I have to breathe to live. They would say something so funny that I couldn't breathe, and we got connections. I think your crab is your chat is stuck. Oh. Oh, I was kind of wondering about, okay, the chat up in here. It's like I'm trying to wind this down. Okay, I fully thought for like the past full minute or something I've been talking. I was like, okay, I guess I'm just talking boring style. I guess that's it, as no one else has something to say. Okay, is it stuck? Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe. As this catches up. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, it was stuck. That's actually concerning. That's concerning and bizarre and strange, and I've missed someone coming in here. Hi, Kate loves Sun and Moon. Been a minute. Yeah, on the Phantom of the Opera kind of phase, and the Phantom was born with a deformity. Ooh, that's right. I totally misremember whether or not he was like caught in a fire or something. Oh, okay. What did I miss in the frozen chat? It's like an inked comic with a lot of extreme contrast, like in your drawing. That's fun stuff. Fun stuff indeed. As we scoot this over, I could have just kept it like that. I could have, if that doesn't freeze up, and And we've got if not kissing, why have chemistry? Honestly, I want to appreciate platonic friendships like a lot more, but also almost every single time you can count on me to be like, what if the besties loved each other? Like, and it's romance. And it's just completely fighting every single time the urge to appreciate the urge to appreciate friendships and stuff in fiction. And sounds cool. Sucks that it broke twice. I know there's something like that I've seen in Japan. Oh yeah, the Nintendo World in Universal Studios. Really, there was really an impressive level of detail in there. So even though there was a big wait and stuff, and I haven't even played Mario Kart before, so I'm not really the target audience, even though there was a big wait for something that I'm not that familiar with, the level of detail in all the props and stuff, one, it made me think they absolutely took a lot of input from whoever puts this stuff together in Japan, because the rest of the theme park did not have that much care put into it. And then it was worth seeing as well because of all the detail and stuff, and scrolling through the stuff, it was so stuck. Chat breaking is again an event as we all go through it. Oh, you love a crown of candy. That's cool. I've seen that like one or two people stopping by this chat have seen some of the Dimension 20 stuff that I'm talking about, but like I have no idea how big the community is. So like even though I'm like really into it and occasionally trying to get other people into it because it does make me laugh so hard I can't breathe, and that's like Darth Vader powers. If I share this with other people, if I make other people not be able to breathe from the laughing, then I have telekinesis basically. And we got a car just drove past my window. I can't tell if the driver was violently sobbing or listening to music. Whoa. If it was loud enough, how loud would you have to be violently sobbing to whoa, that's very intense. Yeah, this is Miles is so cool. Cool damn poses up in here. Kristen Applebee's is dope and not queer bait, but not the focus of the main plot. Okay, so the lesbian awakening and first time playing for Allie Beardsley is okay, not the focus, but not the queer bait. Okay, that's sort of a middle ground. That's good to know. Okay, stuck chat and I think okay, it's gotta be caught up now. Nice. Darth Brandon Lee Mulligan, right? And then in the political intrigue one, the A Court of Fae and Flowers, I like that one so much. And then Brennan Lee Mulligan, always helping other people tell the story, always running the game, always being the dungeon master for everyone, gets to be a character in that one, and so that's unique. And then I don't know if I haven't finished the season, so I don't know if his romance with Rue turns out well. I only know that they started it, and Rue is telling this story of being, okay, not a story of being non-binary, a story of being a bugbear and adopted and overworked while non-binary, several things going on in there. And I don't know how their romance turns out because I've been too scared to finish the season, but I kind of want to, but I don't know. Okay, gathering my thoughts. As I go through here. Okay, it totally caught up. Yeah, I guess I would want to watch Fantasy High next, because I don't know, I've heard all of these stories and stuff, and this one animator, I don't know, gone by different names over the years, animated a clip from that way back when, and I followed the animator before I got into Dimension 20, but now that I am able to start understanding the context and all of these things, it's like, I don't know, kind of magical, kind of stacked up. Animator was going by Toasty Glow or Empty Feet, made some of the animations that I like most on this entire website. Oh my gosh. The miles get more detailed. And here I was. I tried to figure out like just a little tiny bit of stairs climbing perspective with this moth type of night type of thing. And I might keep working on the character design a little. I want to, but I'm trying to wind down this stream now. Yeah, Toasty Glow. Yeah, recognizable name. And you're countering my goodbye. Right, ending the stream, but countering the goodbyes. A big goodbye and small goodbye. Wait, it's a goodbye to you. My writing wranglers. It seems like I've kept my last. Oh, like italics. I guess the real party rock was on the house tonight. Goodbye to you, Hank. Bye. And thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you to Stopping Individual. Thank you everyone who stopped by. I don't know if you're still here, Kai, but and Red Nat and okay, Stopping Individual I can see on the canvas, so that's a way of knowing you're still here. But goodbye. And to end this one off, I guess I'll I guess I'll go for my favorite My Little Pony quote to end us off here. This is just an excuse to try out a voice. My favorite quote: I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. The next time that you're sad, knock someone out is the lesson of this quote. All right, bye.